Is your car's AC blowing lukewarm air even on the max setting? Before you hand over $500 to a mechanic for a diagnostic or $200 for a refrigerant recharge, watch this. Because the most common reasons a car's AC stops blowing cold have nothing to do with the compressor, nothing to do with refrigerant levels, and nothing that requires a single tool or a single dollar spent at a shop. In this video, we are going to go through the exact steps that make a car's AC blow twice as cold, starting with the free fixes that work immediately, moving through the cheap fixes that most drivers have never tried, and ending with the two things you should never do to your AC system, no matter what anyone tells you. The first and most overlooked fix is the cabin air filter. Your car's AC system pulls air through a cabin air filter before blowing it into the passenger compartment. That filter catches dust, pollen, mold spores, and debris, and over time it becomes so clogged that air can barely pass through it. When air cannot get through the filter, it cannot blow out of your vents at full strength. The result is weak, barely cool airflow, even when the compressor is working perfectly. Most manufacturers recommend replacing the cabin air filter every 12 months or 12,000 to 15,000 miles, whichever comes first. But Consumer Reports documents that the majority of drivers have never replaced their cabin air filter at all. Pull your cabin air filter out. It is typically located behind the glove box or under the dashboard on the passenger side. If it looks like a gray lint trap from a clothes dryer, you have found your problem. A replacement cabin air filter costs $15 to $20 at any auto parts store and takes 5 minutes to install. Replacing a clogged cabin air filter can restore AC airflow to factory levels immediately. No shop visit, no labor charge, no refrigerant needed. The second fix is the recirculation button, and this one surprises most drivers. Look at your climate control panel. There is a button with an icon showing a U-turn arrow inside the outline of a car. That is the recirculation button. Most drivers leave this button off, which means the AC system is pulling air from outside the car on a 95-degree day and trying to cool it down before blowing it into the cabin. When outside air temperature is high, the AC compressor has to work significantly harder to bring that hot outside air down to a comfortable temperature, and it never quite catches up. When you press the recirculation button, the system closes off the outside air intake and instead pulls the air that is already inside the cabin, running it back through the cooling coils repeatedly. The cabin air starts at a lower temperature with each pass through the evaporator, and the cabin cools down twice as fast. Consumer Reports engineers confirmed in a 2025 tip that recirculation mode is one of the fastest ways to maximize cooling performance in any vehicle. One important note: if you have passengers in the rear seats and your vehicle does not have rear vents, recirculation can cause the back of the cabin to feel stuffy. In that case, use recirculation for the initial cool down and then switch back to fresh air once the cabin temperature has dropped. The third fix is the condenser. Your car's AC does not create cold air. What it does is pull heat out of your cabin and dump that heat outside through a component called the condenser, a small radiator-like unit located directly behind your front grille, in front of the engine radiator. The condenser releases heat to the outside air as you drive. If the condenser is blocked by dirt, mud, leaves, insects, or road debris, it cannot release heat efficiently. The refrigerant coming back through the system remains warmer than it should. The evaporator inside the dashboard cannot get as cold, and the air blowing into your cabin stays warmer than it should. The fix is straightforward. With the engine cold and the car off, use a standard garden hose on a gentle setting to rinse the condenser from the engine side outward, pushing debris out through the front grille. Do not use a pressure washer. The condenser fins are thin aluminum and bend easily under high pressure, which restricts airflow even further. A gentle hose rinse from inside the engine bay outward takes 10 minutes and can restore condenser efficiency immediately. The fourth fix is the pre-cooling sequence. Most drivers make the same mistake when they get into a hot car. They start the engine, turn the AC on immediately to max, and sit in the car while it slowly cools. Here is what actually works faster. Open all 4 doors for 30 seconds before you start the engine. This allows the superheated air trapped inside the cabin to escape. Then start the engine and turn the AC to max with the windows down. Drive for 10 to 20 seconds with all windows open. The AC blows the remaining hot air out of the cabin through the open windows instead of recirculating it. Close the windows and immediately press the recirculation button. At this point, the cabin air temperature is lower than it would be if you had simply turned on the AC and sat there. And the AC can now reach comfortable temperatures significantly faster. Jalopnik's automotive editors confirmed this sequence as the most effective method for rapid cabin cool-down based on Consumer Reports engineer recommendations in their July 2025 coverage. The fifth fix, and this one costs money but costs far less than a shop visit, is addressing low refrigerant correctly. If you have replaced the cabin filter, cleaned the condenser, used recirculation mode, and tried the pre-cooling sequence, and your AC still blows warm air, then low refrigerant is a realistic diagnosis. Your car's AC is a closed system. Refrigerant does not get used up like fuel. If it is low, that means there is a leak somewhere in the system. A basic DIY refrigerant recharge kit, available for $30 to $60 at any auto parts store, includes a can of refrigerant and a gauge. Connect it to the low-pressure service port, which is the larger of the two AC ports under the hood, always clearly labeled. Charge to the specification on your refrigerant label and disconnect. However, and this is important, if the system loses pressure again within a few weeks, you have not fixed the leak. You have only masked it temporarily. A shop-level AC diagnostic to find and fix a leak costs approximately $200. A full refrigerant recharge at a dealer averages $200 according to Kelley Blue Book. And according to KBB data, the average AC repair cost at dealerships is around $500 for more complex issues involving hoses, O-rings, seals, evaporators, or condensers. Now, the two things you should never do to your car's AC system regardless of what anyone tells you. Number 1. Never push down on the AC service ports with a screwdriver or any tool to check if there is refrigerant in the system. When you depress the valve on a service port, you release refrigerant directly into the atmosphere. This is illegal under EPA regulations in the United States. It is also dangerous. Refrigerant causes severe frostbite on skin contact and is harmful to eyes. And it introduces atmospheric moisture into the AC system, which combines with refrigerant to form a corrosive acid that destroys the system's internal components from the inside out. Number 2. If you turn your AC on and hear a loud screeching sound, a grinding noise, or a deep clicking from under the hood, turn it off immediately. Do not continue running the AC. These sounds indicate compressor clutch failure or internal compressor damage. Running a failing compressor causes metal fragments to circulate through the entire AC system, contaminating every component and turning a $400 compressor replacement into a complete system flush and rebuild that costs $1,200 to $2,000. The fix for a compressor issue is a mechanic, not a YouTube video. Here is the complete sequence for any driver whose AC is not blowing cold. Step 1. Pull and inspect the cabin air filter. Replace it if it is clogged. Step 2. Press the recirculation button and leave it on. Step 3. Rinse the condenser from the engine bay side with a garden hose on gentle setting. Step 4. Use the open door pre-cooling sequence before every hot day drive. Step 5. If all of the above fail to restore cooling, use a refrigerant gauge to check system pressure and recharge if low. Step 6. If the AC blows warm even after a recharge, or if you hear compressor noise, take it to a qualified mechanic. These 6 steps cover the vast majority of car AC problems that drivers pay hundreds of dollars to diagnose and fix at dealerships every summer. If this video saved you a shop visit, hit like and subscribe. Real car knowledge. No filter. See you in the next one.